Well, happy Labor Day, everybody. Uh, so I took yesterday off, took a 0 day. I think it was my Sawyer filter. It's the same one I had on the AT in 2021. And I just think it had mold that growed in it. Because it was my water when the first night out, it kind of tasted funny, but I don't know, I didn't think much of it at the time. But as it progressed and every time I'd drink water, I'd feel nauseous. So got a new Sawyer, cleaned out my water bags, just to make sure everything's all good. I'm feeling better today, uh, but I didn't sleep much last night, so I don't know how far I'll make it. We're just going to play it by the day. It's supposed to be hitting almost 90, so we'll just see. But I'm here at the Upper Whitewater Falls observation parking area. There's one group of people that went walking up there just a few minutes ago. So he dropped me off here. I'm going to take the paved path here up to the waterfall so we can get some views of that, and then I'll walk back down to the trail and then head back east. It's just as cool as I remember it being. I'll try this zoomed in, see if that's any better. Well, me and my wife came here years ago, and there was a woman, had a couple of kids, that was going across the very top of that over there. Well, get on down the trail, see what else there is to see. So I decided rather than go back through the parking lot down the road and connect into Foothills Trail, just to walk by this recreation area, I'll just go down the steps and reconnect with the Foothills Trail, because there's another waterfall view from this platform down here that I'll miss. So I'd rather see the waterfall than just some more woods, right? That and I'm being lazy. Let's go back down that way, back to the Foothills Trail. You can only imagine what this would look like, heavy rains. It's flowing decent today. Staircase coming down from the second platform back to the it just goes up. I had thought originally going back to the parking lot, hiking the Foothills trail, and coming up here to the waterfall, but now I see all these stairs. I'm glad I didn't do that. That's 8:40. It's already starting to warm up. I don't know, probably not. The trail to the lower Whitewater Falls. The shuttle driver was telling me it was like 2.5 miles one way. I couldn't figure out if he was 2.5 miles one way or if it was 3 miles round trip. The gut hooks didn't really say, or far out app. And I think somebody had commented it was 2 miles. But I've been to the lower Whitewater Falls, and I don't think I'm going to be taking that side trip today. This is a little too far off the trail, I think. And here we are, back at the junction of the trail. Table Rock State Park, 47.1 more miles. I took some gear out of my pack, took some food out, because I could tell from the way I was eating that I had too much. There's no rain in the forecast, so I left all my rain gear. I did not weigh my pack, but I can tell you with food, 2 quarts of Gatorade in the low 30s. So I'm pretty happy about that. Because it feels pretty good right now, so it's just going to feel better if it gets lighter. Split staircases. Alrighty. They both go to the same place, it appears. I guess this is the old way. Yeah, watch it, last step. We come to another split in the trail. That one goes downhill. That one stays straight. It looks like there used to be a blaze there. And I see nothing that resembles a blaze on the other trail, so I'm going to take this one. Yeah, that one just goes down to the cliff there, it looks like. You can probably see the very bottom part of the waterfall. Yeah, with it growed up down there, you wouldn't be able to see much. Maybe in the winter or the fall. Yeah, it's too overgrown. There's a white blaze. And a split in the trail. And it both goes to the same place. But this one doesn't have a tree on it. I got a footbridge. There's a big heron hanging out right there. I scared off. It took off flying over the rock. Small waterfall. So I made it with the junction of the Duke Trail to Lower Whitewater Falls. Made it 31.4 total. But it says it's 1.7 miles to the fall. And it'd be 1.7 miles back. There was a big group of people past me coming out, and a dude with his dog going that way a while ago. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to do almost 4 miles round trip. So we'll just have to see the closer waterfalls. I'll put a picture in from the last time we were there. Should be a campsite. I think it's Thompson's River. Probably on the other side of this footbridge. We're gonna stop there and take a break. Here's the campsite on the other side of the river. This one looks like it'd be pretty good for hammockers. You could probably work with that spot over there with a tent. Yeah. I'm going to stop here and take a little break and evaluate what I want to do for the rest of the day. So it's been, I don't know, about 15 minutes here. Been chilling. Walked down to the creek there. Re-wetted my swamp cooler, so to speak. This thing, yeah, dipping it in the river and getting it wet. It's cotton, so it takes it a while to dry out, but not as long as you'd think on your head. But the water evaporating, it keeps you from sweating as much. Oh, so I just walked behind the log that my pack was on there because I saw this little spot. And I said, well, let's see what the river view from there looks like. So then I see this spot. And it has a kind of a cool feature, so let's check that out. It has its own private little waterfall. And if you needed water, that's probably a better water source than the river over there. But yeah, this one's rocky and rooty, but it's still kind of cool. Could definitely, well, maybe not a good spot with the widowmakers, but another one over there. Well, it's not a widowmaker yet, but you can see it's dying. So yeah, it's probably not a good spot to camp, but it's still kind of a neat little off out of the way spot. So I get a lot of weird looks from day hikers especially, but I don't care. It keeps me much cooler, so. I'm probably going to go resaturate this real fast before I get out of my way. Or if I'm going down to the creek, you might as well go with me, right? Got a nice little soaking hole right there. And a good spot right there. It's cold. When you stick your hand in it, it's got a slight chill. But it's definitely not cold, like you don't want to get in it. So there's a creek at the Hillard Falls campsite. There's a campsite that says on the spur, so a 0.2 mile spur trail to the waterfall. So we're going to go see that. And they said there's a campsite on that trail, spur trail to the waterfall. So I might check that out first. See what I think, and then decide between there or the regular campsite. I forgot the name right off, but I'll tell you the next time before we get there anyway. The Cooley Creek campsite, and it's down the hill there. I'll walk down. It's got a bench. It says it was made by the Boy Scouts. And a metal fire ring, a couple of benches. There's the campsite. Somebody left all their cordage, but it happens intentionally or not. We've been walking a lot of logging roads, so I was probably able to drive that in here. Well, that's kind of a cool little spot. I guess there's a creek somewhere downhill. I know I just crossed a trickle on the side of the trail, so there is water close by. Well, this is interesting. I was following logging roads. Now we're just going down a washout. Footbridge. So we should be getting close to the campsite with the waterfall. And then I think the bear camp is only like another mile. And the creek there says you have holes big enough to soak in. So I think that's going to be my final destination. It's just 1:13, so I have time to go check out this waterfall and do another mile. Because it looked like it was mostly downhill between the two campsites. And I tell you, going west to Whitewater Falls would be terrible. All the suggestions in the guidebook saying to go east to west. I couldn't agree with them more. Unless you're wanting to do it just for the workout. A nice water source. We should be getting close to our campsite and the waterfall. Hillard Fall. 0.2 mile. We're going to go check that one out. It looks like we got another campsite. That was the trail there. I think we're almost at the waterfall. Oh, them little fishes. Like 2-3 inches long. This is the lower section. Oh yeah, it is cool. You need a shower, there it is. So this is Glen Hillard campsite. It says it was named after the FTC, which is the Foothills Trail Commission, I think, or Conservancy. Founding chairman and co-founder of the Foothills Trail. And they have fire rings and benches. Fire ring and benches. Pretty nice. The water back there at that waterfall was not cold at all. Well, maybe for like a split second when I stuck my hand in there. Then it was like, hey, that's warm. So when I get to camp, there's supposed to be a creek here. It has pools you can soak. And I'm going to find one of those. And then my clothes can dry while I set up camp later. Not bad. think this is our campsite. It looks like the picture in the Far Out app. Well, this is home for the night. It was only like an 8-mile day, 8-9 miles, but that's fine. It is 2:26 and I am done. So I'm gonna get this pack off and go get in the water. So I got washed up in the river, got all the dirt and sweat off of me and out of my clothes. And wet clothes kept me cool. And now they're pretty much dry, so that worked out great. My other stuff's hanging there on my clothesline, drying. And I felt it a while ago, it was in the sun for a little bit, so it was mostly dry. So that's a good thing. Get my tent over there. And then I'm cooking over here at this fire ring. That way if the bear comes and investigates or something in the night, it'll come over here instead of over there. But what I'm having is tropical green tea. And then I'm going to try this roasted garlic mashed potatoes with salmon. And I always bring butter and cheese. And I messed up this time. I got the sweet cream butter. Don't bring the sweet cream butter backpack. And actually, unless you're using a bear can, don't bring butter backpacking, because in a bear bag it's going to get squished. But the sweet cream butter, it just, I don't know, it doesn't stay solidified. It just kind of, yeah, I'll kind of show you. See how it just comes apart, stays stuck to the paper. So that's a lot more messy than if you just get regular salted butter. But salted butter is going to last even in the heat for 3-4 days, no problem. Sharp cheddar cheese, same way. Once you open it, you want to use the cheese up 2-3 days. So I plan to use it in the mashed potatoes, and then I got some other stuff I'll put it in the next night. So, but yeah, that's what we're having. Gonna have that and call it a day. It is 5:36. So about the time that sun starts getting out and it starts getting dark, I'll be going to bed. And then hopefully we can get started early in the morning and get a good portion of the day done before it gets hot. There's a campsite by the lake Toxaway, I think. I'm going to try to stay there. It's like a 15-mile day. But I need to research more because the site I saw was the last one on the lake. So there may be one or two before that, I don't know. But yeah, I'm going to try to stay on the lake tomorrow night. So swimming in the lake would be nice. Alright, well, my water's about done. I don't bring it to boiling. Just about right there where it starts bubbling's it. And then that way it doesn't take it forever to cool down where I can eat it. So. Alright, that is it for today, and we'll continue again tomorrow. Just in case you were wondering, the salmon cheese mashed potatoes, they're good. I usually do bacon bits or beef jerky or something, but salmon's good. And it looks normal, you know, not weird. So, yeah, if it don't sound weird to you, try it sometime. You might like it. Alright, now I'm going to eat dinner now, and that's it for today.